Let's begin. We're going to explore a simple, ancient story today, one that holds a really profound truth about what it actually means to be strong. It's a lesson that, well, it might just change the way you face the inevitable storms of life. So let's just start with a quiet question for you. Have you ever felt that pressure, that expectation from yourself, from others, to be this unshakable pillar, only to find yourself cracking the moment the winds really start to howl? If you have, you are definitely not alone. We're often sold this very specific image of strength. It's about being tough, unyielding, totally rigid. We're pretty much taught to see bending as a form of breaking, to see flexibility as a kind of failure. But what if that definition isn't just wrong? What if it's actually dangerously fragile? Well, we can find a much deeper wisdom in a timeless parable. It's a simple story, really, about two very different kinds of strength. This contrast, it really represents two parts of ourselves, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the oak, mighty, proud, and so quick to judge what it thinks is weakness. This is that part of us that relies on ego, on being rigid. And on the other side, there's the grass, humble, yielding, flexible. It doesn't try to fight the wind, it just moves with it. This is our capacity for true resilience. So the story begins on a calm day. A great oak, just towering and magnificent, looks down on the blades of grass at its feet. It sees how they move, how they're constantly yielding to even the slightest breeze, and it scoffs. See, in the oak's eyes, the grass is weak. Its pride is totally rooted in its own stillness, in its ability to resist the wind. The oak just can't comprehend that there could be another way to endure, another kind of strength altogether. But life, as we all know, isn't always calm. And sooner or later, the storm arrives for every single one of us. And that's the moment of truth, isn't it? That's when our real strength is put to the test. One night, the sky just darkens. A storm of incredible force comes down on the land. And the wind doesn't just blow, it rages. This is not a gentle breeze anymore. This is a crisis, a real challenge that pushes absolutely everything to its breaking point. In its rigid pride, the oak fights that storm with every ounce of its might. It refuses to bend, refuses to yield even an inch. And in that refusal, its trunk, which was once the symbol of power, it just splinters and snaps. The great tree comes crashing down. And the grass? Well, the grass simply bends, letting the fury of the wind pass right over it. And when the sun finally rises, the grass is still there. And in that, there is such a crucial lesson. The oak's strength was actually brittle. Its pride, its refusal to adapt, that was its downfall. In the end, the very thing it thought was its greatest asset, that's what led to its destruction. So the heart of this parable is really asking us to completely reframe how we think about strength. It suggests that true power isn't in resistance, but in resilience. In the story, a wise monk explains what happened with these words. And this isn't just about trees, of course, it's about us. Respecting the earth first, what that means is being grounded, being humble, being aware of the forces that we just can't control. It means understanding that real growth comes from being adaptable, not from some proud, rigid opposition. And this is where we have to redefine humility. It's not about thinking less of yourself, it's about thinking of yourself less. It's an active, intelligent strength. It's that quiet confidence that tells you you can bend without breaking, that you can endure the storm and rise again. The grass survives, not by some accident, but by its very nature. Its humility, its willingness to yield, that is the source of its incredible resilience. After the storm passes, it has the space and the ability to keep on growing. Now that is the path of sustainable strength. Okay, so how do we actually apply this ancient wisdom to our own modern lives? How can we become less like that rigid oak and more like the resilient grass when we're facing our own day-to-day challenges? Here are 3 really practical steps. First, when life's storm hits, an argument, a setback, a wave of anxiety, just pause for a moment. That's it. Create a little space between the event and your reaction. Second, listen to understand, not just to win. The oak only listens to its own pride. The grass feels the wind and responds. And third, learn to yield with intention. This isn't about giving up. It's a strategic choice to bend on the small things to preserve your core, like letting an argument go to save a relationship. Ultimately, the journey we're talking about here is one toward a quiet, internal kind of resilience. It's all about letting go of that need to appear invincible and instead cultivating the ability to actually be unbreakable. And this is really the ultimate takeaway. True, lasting growth, it doesn't come from building thicker walls to resist the forces of life. It comes from learning how to move with them, how to adapt, and how to use their energy instead of being broken by it. So I'll just leave you with this one final thought. In your career, in your relationships, in your own inner world, where is life inviting you to let go of that rigidity? Where could you find more strength, more peace, and more growth by simply learning how to gracefully bend?